Alright, hello Guild Wars 2 gamers, Mukluk here. Today is Thursday, July 10th, and we've got your new Guild Wars 2 teaser of the 7th new Revenant Elite specialization being added in the upcoming Guild Wars 2 expansion. For anyone who's been out of the loop, there's another Guild Wars 2 expansion coming out in October. They're announcing it this coming Tuesday, and over the last week or so, they have been teasing little images of new Elite specialization icons on social media. Today's is that. Mozilla Firefox. Today's is this thing. So the big question of the day is, what the hell is that? And we are going to be diving into that. So I have a list here of every idea I've had. Things that I thought were decent ideas from our chat, because we're live right now, and things that I thought were decent ideas from the subreddit, and I've just compiled them all, and I'm going to share them with you, and then you're going to tell me how I'm wrong. So, without further ado, one, this picture looks like it is made out of flames. That makes me think Elementalist or Guardian. Two, it looks like it resembles a creature's face. I'm thinking a rabbit or a fox in the flames. A fox made out of flames, spirit animal, makes me also think of kitsunes or Firefox Shrine Guardians, which are a thing in Guild Wars 2 already. There is a collection, actually, in Skywatch Archipelago where you go around and you find a whole bunch of hiding little infant Shrine Guardian foxes, although I don't think there was any pictures of the foxes themselves on this wiki page, but that is already a thing. There's also the Shrine Guardian skin for the Jackal mount in the game. It is a thing already established. Not sure if it's related to that. If it is a rabbit or a fox made out of fire, and it's a summoned thing, it could be a summon type build for Elementalist, or a summon type build for Guardian, or a new pet type thing for Ranger. So a dedicated Elementalist summoner, or a dedicated Guardian summoner. Ranger already has a pet. Maybe they're getting a second pet that's spiritual. They're getting, like, they'll have a solid animal and then a spirit animal. Or maybe they just replace their pet with a spirit animal with this thing. It could be like that. On that note, there was a thing that was pointed out to me long ago. Guild Wars 1 had a canceled 4th expansion called Guild Wars Utopia. And it was going to have a couple of classes in it that never made it to Guild Wars 1. One was called the Chronomancer. You may have heard of it. The other one, there's a sentence here I think you might like. There was an iteration of Summoner that would have been about quickly cycling through their summoned creatures. Compared to Necromancers who try to keep their minion flock going, Summoners would be using up or combining their summons to bring out stronger or alternate versions to fit the situation. And I don't know about you, but an animal made out of fire itself feels pretty flexible. So I'm wondering, this is one of the best ideas, in my opinion, that I've read today, is that this class, they're bringing back possibly the Assassin. They're definitely bringing back the Paragon. They're bringing back the Ritualist. What if they're bringing back the Summoner? They already brought back Chrono. So they could be bringing back the Guild Wars Utopia Summoner in some form with this. Completely different idea. That looks kind of like a mask. What if it is one? Now, when I think of a class wearing a mask, the first thing I think of is the Mesmer. They literally start with one at level 1. So, it could be something related to that. Maybe, it could also be a mask for a different class. If it's made out of fire, maybe it's a mask for the Ellie. I am reminded, I'm going to weave out for a second, of the anime Bleach. Many of the characters, the Arankars, the main character Ichigo, something like them, they would occasionally do this thing where they would go like this, and a mask would appear on them, and it would power them up, and they would their moveset would be very different after they had done that. Maybe it's something like that. You know how instead of like going to a different element, your hotbar changes? What if you put on this mask and it changes your hotbar? I don't know. I'm grasping at straws here, but maybe it's something like that. Maybe it is literally a mask that someone wears, but if it's made out of flames, again, I'm thinking Guardian or Elementalist, but if it is a mask, that makes me think Mesmer, and you put it on, and it changes how you play in some way, shape, or form. I keep calling it a rabbit or a fox. It could be that, what if that's just one of many masks that you get? What if you get like a small collection of them, you can swap between them, the way that Guardians swap between virtues? If we want to look at the mask in like the literal sense, the type of thing that you would often like wear these masks to. I've got a link here from someone in chat for Venetian rabbit masks, which definitely some similarities there. So, we've got these things that you might wear to like a ball or a gala or something like that. What if there is a new class that is going to be like a dancer? Octopath Traveler, as well as some Final Fantasies and some other games, have had a dancer class. I'm hoping it's not that. I've never been fond of those, but I would say it's within the realm. It's an above zero chance. I'm saying it because I think it's an above zero chance. Maybe there's going to be some kind of masked gala dancer thing that just like spins around in pirouettes and does roundhouse kicks or something. I don't know. But maybe it is. Maybe they're going to just waltz their way through the battlefield. It would duo very well with the Bard. That's right. Let's see. I don't remember if I already said it, but someone was like, what if it is a ranger summon? So if it's a ranger summon, I can think of two possibilities. One, it replaces your pet with this spirit creature. Maybe like a fox made of flames or a rabbit made of flames, whatever, but your pet is replaced by this. The second possibility is you get a second pet, similar to Beast Mastery Hunters in World of Warcraft. Where you have one pet that you choose and another one that is like a spirit pet that is kind of copied from the one that you chose, and the form is like malleable. Maybe it's like that. Maybe it's supposed to represent like a second summoned creature type of thing. Not sure, but it's possible. And I think that's it. So flames make me think Guardian or Elementalist. The mask makes me think Mesmer. The rabbit/fox face makes me think Ranger. I think it's one of those, which is not terribly narrowed down, but it's like, I don't know, are we summoning this thing and it's running alongside us? Are we putting the mask on and it's changing our skills? I don't know. Or, of course, Revenant. Revenant is, of course, the eternal wild card. They're just going to channel Mozilla Firefox. That's their new legend. The new Revenant legend is Mozilla Firefox.
Guys, look at me. I'm so curvy.
Yeah, that'll be what Revs are saying, yes. But I think that's all I got. That's all I got that I wrote down among half hour looking into this that I thought were decent ideas. There was a lot that were even dumber than this. But what do you guys think? Do you think it's a mask? Do you think it's a summon that runs alongside you? I'm curious to hear your thoughts, and maybe you've got an idea that I completely missed. Open to hear it. Put it in the comments section down below. I'll fight you there.